Hi everyone, we're here for another edition of Real Estate Matters. It's where we are today is we are in the third quarter of 2023. I want to talk about a couple of things today. One of the common questions we hear, or are asked rather, is look, the market has gone crazy the last several years. Where do you foresee it going? Am I okay if I sit on selling my house today? What do I do if I'm in the position of trying to buy? Kind of give me a sense of where the market is today. And I want to take a few minutes to talk about where we see the market as it currently stands, and then I think more importantly talk to you about where we see the market headed, not only for the remainder of this year, but even beyond that. So starting with where the market is today, everybody knows this common refrain: limited inventory, high demand. What that has created is a strong market for sellers, a very challenging one for buyers. Absolutely the case today. We don't foresee that changing. And the reason is, in spite of the fact that interest rates have gone up and remain high compared to what everybody remembers when they were down in that 2 and 3% range where they've refinanced so that they're a low mortgage rate, we don't foresee the interest rates really coming down dramatically anytime soon. And yet, housing prices have remained high, buyer pool has remained strong, and so as a consequence, people are still able to get at or above ask in most cases when they list their home. We continue to believe that that's going to be the case for the remainder of this year. And I think the one factor that not a lot of people have been talking about and what's driving that buyer pool is this whole notion of being able to work from home, right? So everybody knows that when COVID happened, it brought a ton of new people to this market. People were buying homes sight unseen. The number of migration to this area was incredibly strong, like nothing this town had ever seen, or I should say really this Fairfield County market had ever seen. And while we don't foresee that continuing at that rapid pace, this work from home thing is here to stay. And I think that is really a factor that is going to drive the strength of the real estate market going forward. Right? So even if supply does increase, right? Let's just argue that interest rates do come down to a point where people feel comfortable that they want to sell their home. I think the demand is going to remain high, right? McKinsey just came out with a great study that shows that 58% of workers either are able to work full-time from home or part-time from home. And when you blow that out, that roughly translates to about 92 million people, right? Which is a huge portion of the working workforce. So I think that is something that isn't often talked about, but that people really need to keep in mind, right? Think about the demand of living in this area. What do we have here? We have this great quality of life, great lifestyle, great communities where you can find like-minded people, right? There's arts, culture, great restaurants, beaches, you have beautiful suburbs. We have all of that just a good hour outside of New York City. You want to go the other way to Boston. So this is a really desirable place to live. And I think for the foreseeable future, as long as people are not mandated to go back to the office, folks, I think this is going to be a great place to live. And so I do believe that we're going to see continued strength and a trend of people moving to this area. I think we're going to see continued growth in home prices over the next couple of years, just not at the same accelerated rate that we saw. So again, no crystal ball here, but I think it's really, we're seeing signs that there is no sign of abatement from people moving to the area. That's what's kept demand high. And so I think it's a great thing for Fairfield County real estate. So as always, we're always happy to talk to people about what we're seeing in the market. We can give you a sense of where we think the market is headed. Always happy to chat about it. So please feel free to give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks.